I did not like this game. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche post-game show, live from the Xfinity studio. The Avs dropped this one 3-1 to the Winnipeg Jets. We've got AJ and Rudo coming to you live to talk all about it. I did not have any fun watching this game, AJ. I'll be honest. This was not a fun matinee hockey game. I prefer wild chaos instead of frustrating chaos.
Oh, instead of a puck that just like will not settle down and ice that looks like it is like just choppy.
Yeah.
Like it was like not very often are you like reminded that a puck is just a piece of rubber.
That thing was jumping around like flubber in this game, man.
Yeah, it's exactly what it felt like. I spent most of the game just watching it, being like, "There goes a scoring chance. There goes a scoring chance." That puck rolled on. I mean, look at the when Nick Waugh hit the post. It probably only hit the post because it rolled on him and came off his stick so bizarrely that Connor Hellebuyck was like, "What was that?" It was such a really like the puck was just awful. Apparently the Avs got in at like 2:00 in the morning. Like the broadcast would not stop talking about it.
Yikes.
Which I understand wanting to if you have an extra day, be in Seattle versus spending that extra day in Winnipeg.
Totally.
But like, isn't this the downside of that?
Yes.
It feels like, okay, you're in Seattle. It just, meh. I probably wouldn't do that, but.
I mean, you got in late for a relatively early game, and then you had execution issues. 1 + 1 = 2 sometimes.
You get in late for a matinee game, and like you only have yourself to blame for deciding you want to spend the extra day in Seattle. Like, and it's bad luck, like weather things happening that delays you getting in and all. But like, come on. Not that, I mean, that was not honestly a real problem today. The real problem was just that they couldn't score into an empty net.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I guess I'm going to feel differently than a lot of people. Our diehard Discord is melting down right now.
So is chat. And I think there's some validity in being upset with how this game played out. I'm not extending this beyond this game. This was a game where the Avs didn't have the thing that they needed to do, and they didn't do it, and you move on. Not that there isn't other negatives to talk about, which we will absolutely get into. But let's start by hitting the 60-second rundown. The first period was pretty good from the Avs mechanically, but they end up with nothing to show for it as they're not able to finish. They really controlled play very well at 5-on-5. The second period, less good all the way around. Avs, it just seems in games like these, every mistake they make ends up in the back of their net. And on the flip side, they're unable to capitalize on their opponent's mistakes in the same way. That leads to a Nathan MacKinnon multiple errors that will break down. That puck ends up in the back of the Avs net. And when the Avs have pucks in front of a yawning cage, they send them wide. That's the difference in the second period. I don't really have a whole lot more analysis than that. It looks like the Avs are going to get shut out in this game, but Marty Necas does pick up one goal in the 6-on-5 with the goalie pull, but that was all the Avs could muster. And it's a empty netter to make it 3-1 against the Avs.
I thought it was 4-1. When I sat down and looked at the final score, I was like, hey, what happened to Perfetti's other empty netter?
Hit the post. Hit the post and out.
Yeah. Didn't realize I hit the post. I thought I hit the back post and immediately came out because I was getting up to come over to my desk and sit down and start working.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, neat. Cool. Hurts that old goal differential. And then No, he just boofed it. Nice.
Yep.
The one thing that went Colorado's way today. the empty netter with 7 seconds left. Good. Tight.
All right. Let's go roughly chronological. We will break that as we always do as we go, but I just don't think I have that much of a problem with the first period of this game, especially on the road. Yeah, would you have loved the Avs to finish one? Sure, but most of their missed opportunities, I think, came more in the second and third. The Avs were playing pretty good hockey through the first period.
Yeah. I really. The first period. What do you really whine about there? Like, what is there to dislike other than they didn't score? They allowed, I think, 5 shots on goal, 3 shots on goal, 5v5.
Yeah.
They allowed no shots on goal on Winnipeg's only power play of the game. We talked about discipline in the pregame show. It was great today.
It was.
Their penalty kill was great today. They did pretty much everything right. They created scoring chances. They didn't allow high danger chances. Their first period, I mean, they were great.
Yeah. Except for the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, totally. It was one of those like, oh, if they keep this up, they'll be fine in this game. And then they didn't keep it up. The second period the numbers actually look way better for the Avalanche than it felt.
Yeah.
But when the other team scores goals,
I
mean, they outplayed you.
How much are you running into the Carolina Hurricanes problem in this game for the Avs?
It's a little bit, but we talked about it in the pregame that when you're missing 3 of your top 9 guys and Nazem Kadri's like playing out of position.
Yep.
Yoel Kiviranta is getting way too many minutes, like your offense is going to have to work harder and it's going to lean heavier on the top guys. And when that is a fact of life and then your top line decides, hey, let's get super cute and Nathan MacKinnon's like, I don't even want to shoot today.
Yeah. Until
the last 3 minutes of the game, Nathan MacKinnon was like, we're in Canada. I'm not interested in shooting. Like I'm out on this life. Like that's a really bad combination for you.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like that's a huge difference. Brock Nelson is now up to 9 straight games without a goal. That hurts. Val Nichushkin can't get it done. That hurts. Like you're looking at, you've got 5 guys that you trust in your top 6 and
got nothing meaningful, well. Really. The Necas goal at the end. Well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
they produce chances. They generate chances. There was a lot of things that I really liked from the game. Literally the only thing that I look at and say, I have a really big problem with this is your finishing. And it wasn't, Connor Hellebuyck makes some amazing saves, but
did he really make that many?
But you blow 3 empty nets.
Right. He wasn't saving those nets. If you put them in the empty net. You just missed those.
Right. They had a 25% shooting percentage on empty nets today. You want to know why you essentially lost a 1-goal game? That's it, man.
Yep.
That's it. Like the Avalanche did a great job to create scoring chances. They did a great job of possessing the puck. They did a really great job at keeping the Jets from creating offense. They just didn't finish anything.
Yep.
It's like running a marathon and passing out at the finish line. They did everything but cross the line.
All right. Before we get into our full breakdown of this first goal against and some other stuff, I want to go from the back end a little bit here. Mackenzie Blackwood gets beat twice. I don't know that you love the way the first goal goes in. I don't know that you love the way the second goal goes in. I don't think I'm really going to put a lot of emphasis on Blackwood in this one, given the Avs' only goal came 59 minutes into the game. He was not the problem. But would you like a save there?
I would like a save on the first goal.
Yeah.
The second goal, I'm sorry, but there's not. That's on Brent Burns.
For sure.
If that hit Mackenzie Blackwood, I would want to save there. But the fact that it doesn't, he just doesn't know where it is, because that's how you play goaltender. It hits you and you know, okay, it hit me. This is where the puck is probably going because of that. It never touches him, and so he's kind of like, hey, what's going on here? So I'm not holding that one against him. And at the end of the day, the guy allowed 2 goals.
Yeah.
A guy gives up 2 goals. He's done what he should have done to put you in a position to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other end, I mean, if they're finishing their chances, this isn't a conversation.
Correct.
Mackenzie Blackwood gives up 2 goals on 17 shots on goal, and we're gonna drill him for that. Give me a break with that.
I am in the same boat as you on this one. I just don't think that. Sure, you can want to save. Is it
Totally
in the top 10 problems for the Avs in this game?
No,
Probably not. So,
I mean, I don't think they had that many problems, so probably in the top 10, yeah.
because they only had 8 problems. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really gonna be that guy where people are gonna be like, no, AJ, no moral victories, no, but like, you can play well and lose a hockey game. I would argue that in hockey, it is the team sport in which it is most common for you to play well and lose the game.
Yeah,
That's me today. I'm that guy today. So if that is not an opinion that you like, you can either sit here and get rage baited by me, or, maybe this isn't the pod for you on this day, because that's how I am. That's where I'm at today. I thought they played well, and it was just the finishing.
I think,
And the lack of finishing amplified the other small things that I had issues with.
here's my. I guess the finishing plays into this conversation some. And big picture, I could throw this game in the trash. I do not care.
Yeah.
But within the game itself, when that lack of finishing comes from your top line, and then the mistakes that lead to the goals against comes from your top line. And I know, the second MacKinnon mistake's an empty netter and the game was probably over anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really, really hard to win when your best players are hurting you the way Nathan MacKinnon did in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at certainly the first goal against, it starts with Nathan MacKinnon, and then it ends with Nathan MacKinnon.
Yep.
Starts with him in the offensive zone with the dumb turnover, and it ends with him with the dumb play in the defensive zone.
Do you want to just break it down? We can just use the...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. After the first period, so this is them. This is where they're at on the blue line. I pulled the screen grab of it when Devon Taves is pointing. This is a really important part of this conversation. I'm not sure. I can't tell you definitively what Devon Taves is telling Nathan MacKinnon right here, but it sure looks to me and most hockey people,
they
are going to look at that and say he is telling Nathan MacKinnon, take the guy that you are skating stride for stride with down the middle of the ice. I will take the guy on the outside. That isn't what happened.
Not at all.
And MacKinnon likes to do this where he just jumps the puck and he just hopes to make this play, this 50-50 play. And when it works, you go, nice back check, Nate. And when it doesn't work, it leads to a lot of problems. So because MacKinnon doesn't listen to Taves here, I'm assuming that is the case, that he's not listening to him. Because of that, it puts them in a really bad spot. Taves is now trying to take the guy skating backwards. He's trying to take the guy that is skating forwards.
Yep.
And we will see. We know that the guy who scores the goal isn't even on the screen here. He's not even in this picture yet. But had they done that, had MacKinnon just listened to Devon Taves here and gotten back and taken that guy that he wanted him to, it's either Scheifele either tries to make a chip play past Taves, and Taves is pretty good with the stick. He might break that up, or he might MacKinnon might make the play. They might still score a goal here. Scheifele might turn around and make the same play that he does, which is to hit Kyle Connor as the trailer, but they would be in a much better position to defend this.
Well, and we have the second frame of this here, too, to show that's you see how the complete breakdown happens on the defensive side of this because of again, we don't know 100%, but if you pull up the second frame and the situation the Avs end up in, it sure looks like Devon Toews was trying to take the puck carrier and then had to adjust midstream to get back. And then,
and that because MacKinnon takes the route that he takes, it completely removes him from any defensive coverage. It makes Devon Toews have to defend those two guys. He now has to, and he's in no man's land here. He's not able to get over and get in front of the shot. He's not able to defend the backdoor pass. Because of that, it's sort of circled there, but look where Mackenzie Blackwood is in the net.
Yep.
He's so deep in the net because he has to worry about the guy that's standing just off to his left and the backdoor pass. If he's really aggressive out in front and they make that pass to the guy on the back door, that's an easy tap in.
Yep.
So he's sort of, because of MacKinnon's decision making here, he doesn't make the play, and look where he ends up. He's by himself in that bottom right corner. There's nobody around him. There's nobody. He's not covering anything. He's accomplishing nothing here. He takes himself out of the defense because he just decided that he was going to go and do it. He's not listening to Toews. He just goes and does whatever he wants. This is the Nathan MacKinnon problem. When he's great, when he's great.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to say about Nathan MacKinnon because he racks up 3 points and you go, my God, this guy's incredible, right? But when he's not, this is the kind of stuff that hurts you, especially defensively, because he plays lazy, selfish hockey. And instead of trying to do the little things, he just does what he wants. He hopes that he's making the play. And when it doesn't go well, Blackwood is now forced into this position where he doesn't get to challenge the shooter the way that he wants to. He doesn't get to come all the way out. He's got to try and defend, and that puts him in a bad position against their best goal scorer in Kyle Connor. Like this is such a bad breakdown, and it starts with MacKinnon. It starts with MacKinnon in the offensive zone with the silly little drop pass that doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't accomplish anything. And then when he does a good job to get himself in position for a 2v2, and they should have been able to, had he done what Toews wanted, he would have been in a position to defend a 2v3 just fine. But because he doesn't, and he decides to just do whatever he wants, this is the spot that they end up in. It's not a good look from Blackwood where it's like he's just like stabbing. He just like reaches out and he's like neat.
Yeah,
it's not great. It beats him, but like Kyle Connor is a really good goal scorer. This is his 30th goal season in his career. One of the better goal scorers of this generation. He's gonna beat goaltenders on this look. My problem isn't really Mackenzie Blackwood here. It's the way that the defense in front of him fails Mackenzie Blackwood.
Multiple breakdowns are what lead to every goal, right? You have multiple, and you can walk through those steps. When you walk through those steps, and 3 of the 4 breakdowns are the same guy, and that guy is arguably the best player on your team.
Yeah,
that's an issue. And okay, bad turnover, fine. Make up for that by a good back check. Great. You make the wrong read or wrong decision when it comes to Toews and you take the guy and you don't make the play. Okay, that happens too. But there's a difference between not making the play and still being competitive in the play, and Nathan MacKinnon not making the play and then, as you stated, taking himself out of the play. It's essentially a 4-on-1 because of what Nathan MacKinnon did defensively, where not only does he not make the play on the back check, he just gives up on taking his man entirely.
Yeah, he's not in here. He's not in the play at all anymore. The angle that he takes, the lazy like rounded it off, where he's just like, well, whatever's gonna happen now is gonna happen. Like they fail Mackenzie Blackwood here.
Yep, for sure. And then Blackwood fails also, is what it is.
Yeah, and like Blackwood's job is to stop the puck. That's his sole thing that he is being paid to do, right? They're not asking him to score goals. They're not asking him to play defense. It's just to stop the puck. He doesn't stop the puck. But as this comment is accurately depicting, it's an impossible situation to be in.
Yep.
They hung him out to dry. You what do you want from him? Like, he's got to come up with an elite save here, because he's deeper in his crease than he would like to be in this situation. If there's no concern about that backdoor pass, his skates are on top of that red line, on top of the crease, not a full. His skates are fully inside of his crease here.
Yep,
and that's too much net for him to shoot at. It's just a bad situation to be in. And it goes to show you, like, this is the struggle that the Avalanche are having defensively with no Arturi Lehkonen and Gabe Landeskog, who are two of their best two-way forwards. This is why we always talk about you need to have an adult stapled to Nathan MacKinnon. They don't really have that level of adult right now, unless you want to break up Val Nichushkin and Brock Nelson. And those two have been so good defensively together. But I keep saying, just don't break them up. Don't break them up. You don't want to break those guys up, because they are producing at a 60% expected goals at 5v5. Like, but in this situation, you kind of have to. I mean,
they did for a stretch of this game, and I do want to talk about that, but we do need to take our first break of the show here. We've already gone a little bit over, so let's make sure we shout out our sponsors here first, including the Gold Crown Foundation. Their spring sports programs are spooling up. Basically, you can get your kids in with basketball, volleyball, golf, or girls flag football. And you can do multiple if you want to. It's supplemental programs with low commitment if you want to be casual, but they also have high-level competition as well, depending on what you want to get into. The Girls Flag Football League is April 11th through May 26th. You can get individual registration, but they also have scholarships available too. You can use that QR code on screen or go to goldcrownfoundation.com. They have basketball leagues as well from April 2nd to 30th. A ton of different cool stuff. The golf kicks off on April 13th. They also do middle school and high school boys, as well as JV girls golf. And their spring volleyball league is 3rd through 8th grade. That starts at the end of March. So tons of different choices to play with when it comes to Gold Crown. You can learn more or sign up today at goldcrownfoundation.com, or again, use that QR code on screen to visit. Once you're all signed up for Gold Crown, maybe you need to treat yourself. Maybe you had a good game. Go out and get yourself a little bit of Taco Bell. They're at it again with the best innovation in the industry, and now they're combining the savory, slow-roasted chicken inside a cult classic format with their new limited-time only Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas. You got to get in. If you're a chicken guy, if you're a Street Chalupas guy, even if you're not a Street Chalupas guy, they even have other options that you can go get the Chicken Bacon Ranch. You can't go wrong with that combination. It's the good stuff. Make sure you get into Taco Bell today. Get your set of 2 street-sized cheddar chalupa shells filled with that chicken bacon ranch and even some fresh pico de gallo and shredded cheese. And then you can also hit up the Luxe menu. The Luxe menu is 10 items for $3 or less. The Luxe value menu at Taco Bell delivers bold, irresistible flavors and crave-worthy items at unbelievable prices. Nobody delivers everyday value and supports your hometown teams like Taco Bell. Liv Moss at Taco Bell. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. As mentioned, look, clearly the Avs weren't finishing. As the game went on, Bednar started searching a little bit with his forward lines to find a combination that could get a goal on the board. We did see Nichushkin play a little bit with the top line. Kadri get floated around the lineup some. You mentioned with the Avs shortage of forwards, Kiviranta was playing in the top 6 at times too. I don't want to read too much into it. It's one game and puck's not going into the net. Are there any of these combinations that you want the Avs to give more looks to, or was this just we're just trying stuff?
Yeah, I think it was we're just trying stuff today.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think the top 5 forwards for ice time are all who you would expect?
Sure.
Who do you think was 6th today?
Nick Waugh, maybe?
Close. He was 15 seconds behind Jack Drury. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack Drury and
believable.
Nick Waugh were 6-7, and then there's a 2-minute gap to Parker Kelly, and then a minute gap to Kiviranta, and Brindley and Bardakov might as well have not suited up today.
In the basement, as is every game where the Avs trail. Their fourth line just gets shut down, basically.
Well, and when you're playing 11-7,
like
you're going to lean on certain guys harder, but it's crazy to me that you in a game you needed offense, Gavin Brindley's not getting more run.
Yeah.
Zakhar Bardakov's, this has been his best week for you.
And he
all season,
can't get points.
and you're not playing him. For me, that's a coaching miss for me. That's you want to criticize the coaching staff for something today. This is that usage for me is a problem. I think you're chasing and like you don't trust those guys defensively, but you're playing so well defensively that you need offense from somewhere.
Well, and I think it's
put those
fair
guys in, especially Brindley. Like especially Brindley when you've got Nichushkin and Nelson there to do the heavy lifting. Your second line could have easily had. You could have put Brock Nelson on the top line next to MacKinnon and Necas, and then had Kadri at 2C with Nichushkin, and then thrown Brindley there. Like, I just those were the things where I'm like, you're trying to find anything offensively. That is what I would have liked to have seen.
Well, and
but
I think
otherwise,
when you look at it, though,
so much.
Yeah, the reason I think you could have used those guys more than anything, we talked about the top line, which, yes, generated the chances, but you watched cute play after cute play and guys not getting to the middle, guys not digging out the pucks necessarily to get those second chance opportunities that could have made the difference. And then you watch some of the grinders, which, Brindley and Bardakov didn't get their chances, but you would get good shifts out of Kelly and Kiviranta and those guys that would go grind out pucks and maybe earn you some extra possession. Maybe you get a little bit more out of that by using a Brindley and a Bardakov.
Especially because your best line today at 5v5, Kiviranta, Drury, Parker, Kelly. You want to hear some numbers? You're going to get some numbers.
Yeah.
918 at 5v5 time. Shot attempts were 17-3. Shots on goal were only 3-2. That's kind of funny. Scoring chances 11-0 and high danger chances 4-0. Like,
that's good work.
That line does everything but score. And as we mentioned, Jack Drury just whiffs an open net.
Yep.
So you're talking about that line was flying. You should have been. Those guys stay. They are awesome. They are dominating. We're going to let them continue to do their thing, and we're going to use Waugh, Bardakov, and Brindley and mix and match around in your top two lines.
Yep.
And instead, it was like, we're going to use Waugh.
Mm-hmm. That's about it. So
it like at one point you had Waugh, Nelson, and Kadri all going together.
Yeah.
And it was just like, what is this, dude? This is
we have 5 centers, so we can play 3 centers together.
Yeah. This is the slowest line they could have picked out. Like, it was just like, come on. It was frustrating. That I didn't love the coaching today. There were a lot of execution. Again, it's the finishing that really bothered me, but that was one of the few things that I noticed and was like, you're at 11-7, like, play these guys. You're overly taxing your top guys when they're not playing well. If they were rolling, fine, give them 23 minutes, but they weren't playing well. They were not playing well. All of their underlying numbers are going to look awesome because the Avs dominated the third period, especially the final 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They were fantastic with the
empty net
goalie pulled. Yeah, they were awesome. You've got to be better than that before then. You can't wait that long to get good.
Yeah. It's the stubbornness, right? From the top line guys of your look, we all know they're capable of making those plays, and you give them enough opportunities, they probably eventually will. But you're halfway through this game, you're trailing, and you have, what was it, like 16 shots on goal or something? Like, it didn't feel like the Avs were bombarding the net, even with their possession quality metrics. And maybe some of that is just simply do a better job of putting quality shots on instead of missing the net. Or I think Winnipeg blocked like 20 shots tonight. You got to maybe better shot selection is part of the conversation there too.
For sure. Sure. They had Winnipeg had it was a huge number, 24 block shots today.
Yeah.
Part of that is because they pull up along the wall, they move the puck back to the defenseman, and then they fire away from the blue line, hoping it hits 3 things and goes in.
It's low quality.
It's an offensive strategy built on hope.
Yep.
Not one built on danger.
Yeah. And at a certain point, you would like to see the Avs top players put their head down, go to the net, and even if you don't score, you do that a couple of times to keep teams honest. Maybe you open up a little bit of space. Maybe they have to respect you a little bit more in finding room off the half wall or in the offensive zone setup, whatever it might be. Yeah.
And, continuing on our, you've got to get good before the goalie gets pulled. And this is a big Nathan MacKinnon story today. Nathan MacKinnon had 2 shot attempts and no shots on goal at 5v5 today.
Not good enough.
Not good enough even a little bit.
Yep.
You compare that to his right wing. Marty Necas had 8 shot attempts, 3 shots on goal, 3 scoring chances. MacKinnon didn't have a single scoring chance at 5v5. But when his aggression went up, his sense of urgency went up with the goalie pulled at even strength. MacKinnon ended up with still no scoring chances. For Nathan MacKinnon to go with no scoring chances in a game is unheard of.
Yeah.
But he at least ended up with 4 shot attempts and 2 shots on goal. So he at least got the puck on net. But he just refused. He just refused to engage in the offense. He just was like, "Oh, I'm going to drop the puck. I'm going to make these cute little backhand passes." He's just sometimes his brain just never fully connects, and it's like it's constantly buffering, and while it's waiting, the little game that plays is I'm going to pass to a teammate in the most destructive way possible.
It's
very frustrating.
It's difficult to equalize that with the fact that he is the NHL's leading goal scorer. That's the guy who has the most goals and is going to almost certainly win the Rocket, barring something crazy happening down the stretch.
I would argue that him leading the league in goals makes it all the more frustrating that he just decided he's not shooting.
Exactly.
He throws 8 pucks at a net on any given night, towards the net. 8 shot attempts in a game is not an abnormal thing for him. Not even half of those are going to be scoring chances or even high quality looks. No, none of that. It's not like he's just so discerning that I'm waiting for the good looks. He doesn't wait for the good looks all the time.
It's not.
And him playing like that, him playing like that makes him easier to defend because the teams will just back off and be like, "Oh, he's going to give it up. I don't have to
let him stand there and try and thread a needle." Right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try and make this Hail Mary throw, the Hail Mary pass through 4 guys, and hopefully it gets to the other side. It's just when it's there, he can make that pass and you can live with it. It wasn't there today. They got stubborn and they wanted to go east-west when they needed to be going north-south.
It's the stubbornness. You make that pass a few times, it's not clicking. At least look at the net. At least try and convince me you're going to shoot it.
Right. Stop doing it. You don't wait until 57 minutes of the game have gone by and then go, "All right, I guess I'll throw pucks at the net."
Yeah.
What?
It's frustrating for a guy that we know has the ability to just completely take over games when he puts his mind to it, to get himself stuck in these floaty, cute type of situation plays, which again, he's good enough to make it work a lot of the time. But on the nights where it's not working, I struggle with it.
Yeah, and is it a coincidence that MacKinnon goes into full playmaking mode and the guys who have the most scoring chances on your team are Nazem Kadri and Marty Necas?
Yeah, that's his line mates. Of course, that's the case. Yeah.
No. That's the effect that he can have is full playmaking, right? Okay. But at some point when the guy's out there, he's just got it. Okay, I'm going to do this.
Yep.
All right. I need to start shooting a puck. All right. It's time.
Yep.
But stubborn, and he's not Nate's going to do what Nate's going to do.
Of course. And more often than not, that's going to help you, but it didn't work out today.
Yep. Yeah, and I would say 9 out of every 10 games, you're fine with it. Even the ones that don't always go like perfectly, he's such a devastating offensive force that you live with it. This was the one game where you're like, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
And to come full circle, it's tough to have it be the day where the offense doesn't click, combined with him directly at fault for defensive issues.
Yeah. I mean, when you only give up 2 real goals and your turnover and selfish back check nonsense leads to one of them, it's like, You could argue he gets it back because he makes a brilliant pass to Necas on the one goal that they score.
In 90 seconds less, there's 67 seconds left in the game. Like, there's
also
liking to be choked a little, and then there's waiting until the buzzer. Like,
right, waiting till you're passing out.
Yeah,
yeah. You gotta hit the safe word sooner, Nate. No, the difference there for me is that the pass to Necas on the one goal, it's there.
Yep,
it's very clearly there.
Right. When it's there, it's there. It's the problem is when he's trying to thread it through 3 sticks. Like,
yes, and that was the frustration today. Is full playmaking mode. He just kept forcing it where there are defenders.
Yep,
the goal, it's scored because there's no defenders over there, and Hellebuck can't get over there that quickly. And then Nate just doesn't screw it up.
Yep,
it's not even like a great finish.
Yeah,
he just doesn't screw it up.
He puts it into the 90% of the net that's open. Yeah. We do need to take our second break of the show here, so let's shout out a few more of our sponsors, including the official vehicle of DNVR, which is Toyota. You can get with Toyota. They have a vehicle for everyone. Trucks have been in their DNA for generations. They also have SUVs like the 4Runner, or you can go get a sedan and everything else in between. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, there's a Toyota truck for you, like the Tacoma or the Land Cruiser. And beyond trucks, they have 17 different models with all-wheel or four-wheel drive available, so you can be in control on the roads or do what you want off-road too. And then if you're like me, who is always trying to save money on gas, Toyota offers more low and zero emission vehicles than any other automaker out there. 16 different models rather, with hybrid, including hybrid trucks like the Tundra iForce Max. Get in with Toyota today at your local Front Range Toyota stores, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Group Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevens Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is not just the official vehicle of DNVR, they're the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche too. Toyota, let's go places. And once you got yourself into a Toyota, you're going to want to not worry about your internet at home. And that's why we're in the Xfinity studio coming to you. Xfinity has a new 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, and they even let you stream the game even while the whole family's online. And it's all of your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. The best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. A lot can change in 5 years. Sometimes you win championships, records get broken, dreams go bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay put, reliable, and at the price that it is. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. You can learn more at xfinity.com. Of course, select plans only and restrictions do apply. Get your same price for 5 years with Xfinity. Again, xfinity.com for more details. Xfinity, imagine that. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. AJ, we saw multiple open nets missed that we talked about. Jack Drury couldn't finish one. Brock Nelson couldn't finish one. Brett Kulak.
The Nelson one kills you.
Yeah, the Nelson one is really the one that needed to go in. That's truly a wide open net that he just sails through the crease and does not.
Yeah, and he has 30 goals.
Yep.
Like Jack Drury.
Those should be automatic for him.
Career.
Right.
Like, you have different expectations. And the Drury finish, to be fair to Jack Drury, that's the toughest of the finishes. Like
it is.
That was the toughest one to make. Kulak is not a guy that you're ever expecting to do much offensively, but also there's not a goaltender there. Like that should have been easier.
These are NHL players. They can hit an open net. Come on.
Yeah, but the Nelson one kills you because you're like, that's a 30-goal guy. He's been such a huge part of your offense. You desperately need some non-MacKinnon offense here.
Yep.
And that guy has an open net. It's on his stick, and he like passes it to the other side of the crease.
Yep. It's tough.
Come on. That was a tough one, man.
You would really like that. Nelson a little bit snake bit lately too. You'd like him to get it back rolling again. I did want to focus on the Jack Drury one though, and I think Marty Necas had a backdoor play that could have been dangerous early in this game as well.
Yeah.
What is it with the Avs backdoor plays just not working this year? Why is it such a struggle for them? Is this really just a statistical anomaly, or is there something that the Avs have to figure out with this play?
No, I would say it's probably just like one of those things. Like it's just something that for whatever reason it hasn't quite clicked. The conspiracy theorist in me wants to say this is the curse of Mikko Rantanen, and because he's so good at those.
Yeah,
you know,
they got to watch the footage and choke that far down on the stick the way Mikko does.
Chokes up on the stick. Like half of his stick is now just nothing. Like it's so weird, and he's so good at it. And then you watch guys that don't do that, and you're like, maybe you should do that. Especially Necas, because the backdoor tap-ins for him,
he just can't get them.
They seem to take funny angles off of his blade all the time, and it's like flatten the blade, man.
Yeah,
like this is
close that thing all the way down.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is ramping up and out of play off of the glass. Like you need to try and flatten it a little bit because it's not good.
Try and smother it like you're hitting a stinger in golf. Does Necas golf? I don't even know.
Probably, man. He's in the NHL. All these guys golf.
Yeah, most of them golf to some extent. It's true. When I look at this game as a whole from the Colorado Avalanche, you put in a good first period. You put in a good third period with the understanding of score effects is also a factor there a little bit.
Yeah.
You and I agree on the world of you never really play a complete 60. There's two games out there trying to win the same hockey game, right? The other team is going to push back. Yeah. But you watched Winnipeg get their lead and then essentially just full turtle for the last 25 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Is this... Yeah. I don't have numbers in front of me. I can't tell you like how consistently the Avs have or have not managed to break teams in these scenarios. Obviously, early in the season, they were coming back all the time.
The only reason that's not true is because they had the lead for the first 40 games of the season. But
sure,
they were far and away the best third period team in the NHL for 45 games, and then since then they've not been.
And we've seen, like we talked about earlier, when you see teams pack the box, they start blocking a ton of shots against the Avs.
Mm-hmm.
How do the Avs solve that? Because is it getting players to the dirty areas and opening up the space that way? Or is it finding other avenues? Because as we mentioned, the point shots are prayers more than they are scoring chances.
Yeah. No, I think I think you're correct. You need to get pucks around the feet of the goaltender from then, and not rely so much on, well, we're trying to get a tip, we're trying to do that. Like that's always been a staple of the Bednar offense, so that's not going away.
Sure,
but they need to incorporate a little bit more play from down low in the zone and stretch a defense out and get them to come out a little bit more. You've got to give them reason to, and that it's easier to pack the box when you just put the puck further away from the net at the blue line.
Yep.
Because if it's below the goal line and if it's in the corner, somebody's going to come
step to
and
passing
challenge.
Lanes. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's going to come and try and challenge and actually make it interesting. But if you get out high on the blue lines, they can just go, cool, we're good with that, and they put up their little soccer wall and block shots, shot after shot after shot after shot, and just rely on nothing bad is going to happen to us in this situation, which also isn't a great defensive strategy.
Sure.
But Colorado's stubbornness has always been a problem. I'm saying Colorado stubbornness, like no other team gets stubborn. every team plays the way that it plays. It has an identity, and trying to break out of that and get a little bit less stubborn is one of the great challenges. You need to understand when what you normally do the work isn't working in a game, and you need to tinker with your style a little bit more. And that means more dump and chase. That means more trying to get pucks into the feet of the goaltender down low. Give them different looks that they have to try and defend, be less predictable.
It's the frustrating part for me in that conversation is the unwillingness to get off the perimeter, particularly for the forwards, obviously. At far too many times, I think, especially in that third period, which again, mechanically not that bad for the Avalanche, but you watch O-zone possessions where, all right, you throw it to the half wall forward, they throw it back to the defenseman, you throw it to the other half wall, and this is not an on the puck problem. This is the off the puck. The opposite guys need to be slashing through the middle or getting to the front of the net and getting the goalie's eyes taken away. I just don't know. And I don't think the Avs are getting enough of that. And as we continue to talk in circles, Gabe Landeskog, Arturi Lehkonen, those are the types of guys that will do that for the Avalanche.
Right. Those are two of your three best at it. And your other guy that you would put in there is Val Nichushkin, who, in the words of Jared Bednar, been beating up the puck lately.
Yep.
So when you're down to the one who has not been good in that area for a while now, like, yes, those injuries are making it harder for you to be successful in that area. But you still have to figure it out.
Right. You can't just be like, oh, well, we don't have our guys.
Exactly. You can't go, oh, well, we don't have the personnel that we want. Well, so you've got to figure it out. And normally that is the answer here is the MacKinnon line. Normally that is the one that papers over so many of the problems. Yep. But when it struggled the way that it did today, it exacerbates your depth issues.
Yeah.
And again, we're not having this conversation if they nail any of these empty nets.
Of course. Execution, problem number one.
Oh, you mean to tell me if something different had happened, we'd be having a different conversation? My
Crazy, AJ. This is a conversation that I think gets alleviated almost immediately when you get one of the top six wings back, one of the real top six wings. I don't know how you feel about Colton, whatever, but a top six wing that comes back and moves Kadri more permanently to center.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny to think that the Avs are going to play the Stars on Wednesday, and that roster, like that lineup, could be the one that we saw today. Yep. Easily could be that lineup. And then when they play again in the first week of April,
totally
the
different
Avs lineup could
the
have
Avs.
the Avs lineup could have Ross Colton, Gabe Landeskog, Arturi Lehkonen, and Logan O'Connor all in it.
Yep.
Like very Logan possible. O'Connor on his own isn't going to like transform your team or anything, but you throw all four of those guys into your lineup and it's like, whoa.
Well,
that's just too much. That's four wings that have come out of your.
Yeah.
I was going to say top nine, but really like LOC.
Three of them are out of your top nine. Yeah.
Three of them are out of your top nine. And the difference between Yoel Kiviranta and Logan O'Connor on your fourth line is significant.
Yeah.
It's significant. And I've grown to appreciate Kivy over the last year. I've grown a much stronger appreciation for who he is. He's a 13th forward. Logan O'Connor is he makes $2.5 million for a reason.
Yeah.
Like he's worth that money when he's in the game. He is a difference maker.
On a night where the Avs struggled to score. And I get it. A lot of that pressure falls onto your top line, but
of course.
You're solving your second line a little bit by getting some of those guys back. And sure, you need more goal scoring out of Nelson. Nichushkin's got to be better. Fine. Yeah. If they're not scoring, and you're not asking your bottom six to score every game, but you are asking for some production out of those guys, and you're looking at a Jack Drury who's really struggled to put pucks in the net as of late. You look at your fourth line of Bardakov and Brindley. Bardakov has one goal on the year. Like, what can you say for Bednar not playing him? There's been no proof that he'll actually be able to score a goal for you. Brindley does have one goal post-Olympic break, but the production is obviously not where we had hoped it would be. And look, this is his first NHL full season. Not uncommon to see guys hit a wall in the second half of the season in those years.
Yeah.
But
Especially
adding
college guys.
Right. He did have the AHL year, but even that he was injured for part of it. So
exactly. He had a college-esque schedule in the AHL. I mean, the AHL schedule is very similar to college where they play primarily on weekends.
It's true.
They play like bursts of games. And because of the injuries, and they only have, they don't have an 82 game season either. And because of his injuries, he was really only around for like 50 games last year.
But you're looking at adding a guy back like an LOC should help your goal scoring ability at the bottom of your lineup. Getting Ross Colton back, that's a complicated conversation. But if you get the version of Ross Colton you want back, that's helping you score goals more.
Yeah. Frankly, even if you get like the Ross Colton who is driving play and he's hitting people, but he's still not scoring goals, that's a net positive for you. It's just you're not paying him to not score goals. Like you're not paying him to have to be a souped up version of like a Kiviranta, right? Like you're paying him to do more than that. But it's like that guy is he's a sneaky important part of this lineup.
And all of this to say, look, on paper, even without those guys, the Avs should probably still be a better team than the Winnipeg Jets are. And mechanically, at 5-on-5, they probably were, other than the finishing.
They definitely were today. They were better on special teams too. Their third period power play was good. It was dangerous. Again, it just failed to score. Their penalty kill was perfect.
And
the penalty kill they were only out there one time. They allowed 0 shots on goal. It was perfect.
And part of the frustration
wasn't your problem today.
Right. Part of the frustration here is this was a game the Avs should win. And they didn't. And, we all believe that Dallas is never going to lose a game again at this point. So
apparently
it's going to feel like a missed opportunity in the moment, especially if Dallas goes and beats the Red Wings tonight.
Yeah. When they go and beat Detroit today, they'll be 3 back with a game in hand with 2 head-to-heads remaining. Like your cushion's gone. Your runway's dead.
Yeah.
You're in a dogfight for first place, the exact place you didn't want to be. And the exact place they wouldn't be if they hadn't given away that 7-game homestand in January. Mm-hmm. They hadn't just given games away in January in general. Like a game like today doesn't bother me as much because they played well. They just didn't finish. They needed to be a little less stubborn. They needed to create a few more dangerous opportunities. But at the end of the game, by the end of this game, the Avalanche had an 18-2 high danger chance advantage.
That's a lot.
Process-wise, that's everything that you want it to be. At 5v5, it was 11-2, and with a 30-12 advantage in scoring chances. They allowed 1 high danger shot on goal, and it was Alex Iafalo's goal. What became the game-winning goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your process was really, really good. It was the execution at the very end of that turned into goals that fell short, and that's why they lost.
I think the other reason
is like that. It happens sometimes.
Yep. The other reason why I'm not worried big picture, as frustrated as I am with the game itself, the Avs are 7-3 post-Olympic break. Tiff, do we have their current 10 game as well that we can hone in on? So post-Olympic break, the Avs are playing 700 hockey. If the Avs play 700 hockey out the rest of the season and Dallas catches them and beats them, credit to Dallas. That's a lot of good hockey that Dallas has to play in that stretch.
They will have had to play 850 hockey for 2 straight months, 3 straight months. I mean, the Avs will have blown it. Undeniably, they will have blown it, but they will have gotten caught from behind by a team that is just unbeatable.
Yep. So there's 2 sides to every story on that. And I know you see that big game in Dallas on that schedule, but there are also a lot of winnable games coming up for the Colorado Avalanche. Their schedule down the stretch is really pretty good. Now,
it's favorable.
You can't go in and drop a bunch of games like you just dropped this one to Winnipeg, but
right, this should have been a win.
Yep.
This was one, so you look at the schedule and you go, they should win that game. That's going to be a fight. That's going to be a fight. They should win that game. They should win that game. They've got 2 more games against the Jets. They play the Jets twice 2 weeks from now. One of them in Winnipeg, where at least they scored today. Like, hooray.
For the first time in years in the regular season in that building, at least.
What was it? Their first regular season goal in Winnipeg since 2023? Like,
Yep. Anyway,
the schedule favors the Avalanche, but you actually have to go out there and,
you have to do
win.
The job. Absolutely.
Yeah. We have to win those.
They didn't, but they did win the games against Dallas, Minnesota, and Seattle.
Yeah, and even giving the points in with the shootout wins over Dallas and Minnesota, they like 2 points is more than 1 point. Like, they stretched their lead. It's crazy. I know. Don't do math live on air, but look at me go.
Do you believe the Avs are going to struggle with their execution this bad again? Maybe.
No, I'm never going to believe that the top line is going to struggle this way. The rest of the rest of the lineup is so hit or miss that it's whatever.
Well, I'm pretty comfortable living in a world where some nights the execution just isn't there 10, 15 to 20 times a year. Those games just happen.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to look beyond a game where, to me, that's very clearly what happened across the course of this game. As frustrating as it is, and as annoying as it was to watch the Avs flub chance after chance, you don't like, all right, boys, we got to go have practice and really work on our shooting skills. No, it's just a night where it wasn't quite clicking, and the next night or the night after that, it'll come back.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I have a ton of genuine look at this game and take this thing and do it better as far as things to work on. You can just say, hey, shoot the puck better. And that's true. Do that. But you don't need to take the footage and go, oh, yeah, well, I missed the net because of this. Yeah, okay, don't miss the net. Cool. Problem solved.
Yep.
So we'll see. The Avs do get to come back for a short homestand here. Road trip, really not that bad. The Avs really have had a pretty favorable schedule in general when it comes to their home-away splits.
Yeah, and they still have more home games remaining than road games.
Yep.
So they're still okay there. After Pittsburgh, Dallas, they do go on a 4-game road trip.
Yep.
And like, it's such a strange mixture like that. Like, you go Chicago, Washington, Pittsburgh, and then you finish in Winnipeg. It's an odd group of games, an odd collection of cities. They
felt like they got to the end of the schedule and were like, well, you've got to play all these teams still, so here you go.
They need to win all of those games. I mean, their schedule is not like the Dallas game looms, right? But realistically, they should win every other game they have the rest of this month.
With the understanding that it's the NHL and that isn't always reality. Yeah.
Of course.
I think.
But I mean, the difference in those games, like the difference in those teams, Pittsburgh's the next best opponent that they play.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at what we have on screen, they're 3-2 so far in this 10-game stretch with 5 games left. You should probably win 4 out of those 5.
I mean, Dallas is the only game where you're like, if you lose that, it's more of that's a really good team playing their best hockey of the season.
Yep. But all I'm saying is if you win 4 of those 5, okay, you win 7-3. And obviously there's bigger implications to the Dallas game because that's direct competition for the top of the Central. Right. But
4-point games.
Yeah. If you go 7-3 in every stretch of hockey that you have, you're a really, really good team.
Yeah, and you look at the remainder of the schedule for the whole season, why we say it's favorable. The possible playoff teams that they have. Pittsburgh, who is 4-3-3 in their last 10. No Sidney Crosby, no Evgeny Malkin. Like,
Yeah.
they are ripe for the picking right now. You're getting them at a good time.
Yep.
And you get them twice. You have 2 more games against Winnipeg, who they should have beaten. Chicago, look, we all know how that goes. You get Calgary 3 times. You get Vancouver. You get 2 St. Louis games.
I mean, those aren't just bad. Those are basement caliber teams,
right? Like those are bad teams.
Yeah,
that they should be able to walk. And then Seattle for game 82 isn't good. And then the playoff teams that you have 2 Dallas, 1 Vegas, 1 Edmonton, and Vegas and Edmonton are in the final 4 games of the season,
where things could well be wrapped up. Yeah,
right. Like those games may not mean anything depending on where standings sit.
Yep. All right. I'll leave it at that. Any final thoughts, AJ, before we get out of here? Yeah.
Frustrating game, but not a game that I feel that bad about. Like,
I'm very frustrated about it, but this show is going to turn off, and that frustration is going to leave my body.
There are games like some of the games that they've played against Nashville this year or Utah this year, where they've just been slogs or they've just not played well at all, and you're just like, oh my God, with these games, are you for real? This, I don't feel that way today. They had their frustrations. It was imperfect, but again, they shot 1 for 4 on empty nets.
Yep.
If
it's on them to put those in the net,
they get a point today, and I feel good about their chances of winning, even though we're talking about possibly 3-on-3.
All right, a bunch of super chats to get to here. We had one from pregame that we forgot to get to from Benny, who says, hey, AJ, random question. Dallas plays the Avs on Wednesday. MacKinnon and Heiskanen are my favorite D-men. Heiskanen isn't far behind Kale in points. Do you think Miro's game is becoming more similar to Kale's offensive game?
No.
Yeah. I think that's a fair answer.
They're different. They're different guys. Their games are so different. Their teams are in part built around what they do well. Mm-hmm. So if Heiskanen's offense is going up for one, Kale's offense has suffered greatly because the Avalanche power play sucks.
True.
And he's not getting a bunch of those. Like Evan Bouchard had a power play assist the other day where all he did was pass the puck from his own zone to Connor McDavid in his own zone, and McDavid did the rest of it, and it was like, that's an assist.
Yep.
Right? Like Cale Makar's not getting those kinds of points this year. And so I don't think that the points being more compressed is a reflection on something that Miro is doing well or Kale is doing poorly style-wise. It's just their power play is great and Colorado's power play is bad.
Yep.
And those guys are certainly like parts of those units. They don't like Kale's success is not like independent of a bad Colorado power play. He's obviously a huge component of it. But since they have made some structural changes post-Olympic break, the Avalanche power play is much better, especially process-wise. Its process has actually been good, like genuinely good.
Yeah.
I don't think that style. I don't think they're getting closer in style. I just think that they are functions of their environments.
2 players that go about their business in pretty different ways too. It's just not.
Yeah.
They're not the same. Not that they aren't both very, very good, but they're not the same.
And I love Miro.
Same.
He's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah. $5 from Ryan, who says Bednar is going to let Hackstall get him fired if they flame out in the playoffs this year. Pray for the Red Wings. This race with Dallas is too close. If the Avs miss 3 out of 4 empty nets all playoffs, they're going to lose.
True. I don't know where you're looking at coaching and going, they should have told him to score into the empty net.
Right.
There are some coaching things, and we talk about this all the time. It's tough to tell the difference, where coaching stops and playing begins. Those lines are very blurred, and it seems like they get weaponized on the internet to tell whatever story you want to tell.
It's certainly, I don't think any of the Avs coaches are telling Nathan MacKinnon to ignore Devontae's instructions, mess up the play, and take himself out of it defensively entirely. I don't think that's the strat.
It really doesn't. It seems unlikely, man. It seems unlikely.
$10 from LA, who says, what do they do about the third pair D? Burns has been a straight up liability and is even dragging Manson down. Also, WTF MacK, I never see that no look back pass again. It will be too soon.
The thing with Burns is it's honestly even worse because it's not just a guy who's playing poorly. It's not just a pairing that's playing poorly. In this game, like, the Avs allowed one high danger chance. It's on Brent Burns.
Yep.
It's on Brent Burns.
Literally his guy. Yep.
It happens to him.
Yep.
There's no other consideration there, right? They allowed 12 scoring chances at 5v5. 4 of them happened to that pairing.
Seems bad.
Yeah, it's not good enough. It's nowhere near good enough. They got outshot in a game that the Avalanche comfortably outshot the Jets.
Yep.
So, and because of the Iron Man streak, like, they're running 11-7 in part because they don't want to call somebody up. They don't want to put extra money on their books. Like, they don't want to, they don't want to do any of that. Knowing that they are confident that they should be getting some reinforcement. Some of these injured guys should be coming back pretty soon. I don't know
as soon as next game in Colton's case, potentially.
Right. Like, I don't know if soon is that soon or if it's 3 games from now.
Sure.
But anyway, they're running 11-7 in part. Like, they won't scratch Brent Burns. Like, they're not going to do it. They're not going to be the reason that his Iron Man streak stops. And so it's sort of become a tough spot for them because his play has definitely earned it recently. And once again, bad again today in his own zone. And with the puck, they're offensively, it's not working. It hasn't been working for 2 months.
You're starting to drift into territory where, knowing the Avs aren't going to scratch him over the next 15, 16, rest of this regular season, he has to play his way out of this.
Yeah, that's really it.
He has to get to a point where you can at least say it's serviceable by the time you hit the playoffs.
And frankly, I am disappointed. I know that the Avalanche are good to their players and they try and take care of guys and whatever, right? But at some point, they are operating as an organization that lives and dies with the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
As a barometer for
success. Care about a Stanley Cup or an Iron Man streak, like,
exactly. And it needs to be made clear to him. Like, you need to get your game into shape quickly, otherwise we're gonna sit you. Like, there is a bigger focus at play than this streak. This isn't good enough.
Yep.
And they've already cut his minutes. Since coming back from the break, he is 6th on the Avalanche.
Yeah, he's been hard third pairing
on ice.
Yep.
And it's getting lower, even with Blankenberg. Blankenberg is still way down there, right? But Burns today only played 12-16 at 5v5. Like, he's already down there. He's already getting.
How much more can you cut him without
minutes.
sitting him? Like,
the big thing that's boosting his numbers a little bit is special teams time.
Sure.
He's playing on the second power play unit, which he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And he's too big of a part of the PK. I think I would keep him on the PK. I would just minimize it a little bit.
Sure.
It would help if Josh Manson wasn't always in the box, but Brett Kulak needs to be getting some of those minutes.
Yeah.
I agree. It should be a rotation. I want to take some of the PK stuff away from MacKinnon, but it should be a rotation of those 5 guys. You could make a good argument for, but Burns needs to be lower on the list. He's been number 1. He needs to be moved down on that list from 1 to more like 4 or 5. And like Malinsky, you don't need, obviously, to play on the PK.
Yeah. That's $2 from Ryan here saying, played fine, still bad loss to take. That's life. Yeah, it's a good summation.
Yeah.
And then
this whole pot done in that one super chat.
We didn't need an hour. Had needed 10 seconds. And then the incredible Drew says, hard to win when your third and fourth lines are your best players for almost the entire game. Also, can we move Burns to the wing while there are injuries? He's playing softer than Sammy in front of the net.
It's honestly not a bad idea.
If that's how you got to keep the Iron Man streak.
Right. Like, you can just go back to 12-6 and he's just on your fourth line. Like, cool.
Yeah.
For the record, I've liked Blankenberg in both games. both Avalanche games that he's played. I've liked him.
I
It's
wish
just so limited.
Give him a few more minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, him getting stuck out there for the one really long shift was bad. He and Malinsky got stuck out there, and a lot of the if you go and look at his shot metrics, a lot of them happened on that shift.
I believe it. All right. One last thing. If you want to come watch the Avalanche with us, Takeover, coming at the end of March 28th, you can come join us and see these guys in person. The Avs have a pretty good track record with the takeovers of winning, so maybe you wanna be the difference, help them win. Could be a big deal. Every point could matter. You can use the QR code on screen or go to thednvr.com/events to sign up. Takeover, have a fun time, come out, hang out, watch a game with me and a bunch of the DNVR crew. So, highly recommend. Apparently it's versus the Jets, says Tiff. I would have to look. I don't actually know. But that'd be a great time. Consider becoming a diehard. Go brush up on all of the pieces AJ has written over the past 3 weeks. It's like a billion pieces, so there's plenty of content there for you. You can also get a shirt with your membership, whether it's one like this for DNVR or an Av shirt or whatever you're looking for. Highly recommend. We're like 10 minutes into overtime, so I'm going to wrap this up, but we appreciate all of y'all hanging out. We will be off Sunday, obviously, but then we will be back for game day Monday. So we will see you there. This has been the DNVR Avalanche podcast, live from the Xfinity studio.
We all silly like the mayor.